What's up, everybody? Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We still got some games. Well, first and foremost, welcome to the MyGridironFace Show this evening, Sunday evening. I'm your host, Bernard King. You can check me out on my personal Facebook page, Bernard King, and also go to my YouTube channel, MyGridironFace as well, to check out other shows as well as this live stream as well. But at any rate, we still got some games that are going on right now. These games are relatively going into the third quarter. No, I'm sorry. Coming out the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I know most of these games. The last three games are the Bills and Rams. They got 15 seconds in the third. The Bears and the 49ers in the fourth quarter, and also the Cardinals and Seahawks, which is basically a divisional games during the fourth quarter as well. So hopefully by the time I wrap up, I'll go over these. I'll be able to provide you with the scores and commentaries and stats with the with those remaining games as well. Couple teams that are off today. Couple of teams that are on buys, which is well, I get it in a second. But 6 teams on the bye this week, so not too many games. Well, I'd say about 3 games are relatively missing from today, which is good because I do have a special show today. I'm here to talk about the college football playoffs as well. So I'm gonna get into that right now today. Well, we're starting off. I'm going to get into that now that we know the picture is clear. Who's going to the playoffs? Alabama out. Well, it's like this right here. It wasn't necessarily a shocker, but it is a shocker because of Alabama, who they are, and their pedigree and things of that nature. Right now, it's to the point, man. Hey, listen, with those 2 losses to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma, and particularly Vanderbilt, you number 1 team in the country, lost to an unranked team. That was like a major upset of upsets. You had Vanderbilt. I don't think Vanderbilt has got It was a relatively a 40-year-old record that Vanderbilt had relatively overcome. I think it was like since '78, if I'm not mistaken. But they haven't had a top 5 AP win since '40 and a number 1 win, an upset since '78 to my 50-year-old record, so to speak. But the college football playoff field has been set. So let's go ahead and get into it real quick, and I'm gonna get to the NFL things in a minute. Let me go ahead and go here. No, not that one. That was from last night. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me go ahead and go here real quick. So, we already know. We saw the selection show today. If you didn't see it today, we do have a select. This was the final field of 12. The Dirty Dozen, if I call it that, right? Okay. Of course, Oregon being the number 1 team, in the automatic bid. You got Georgia, which is number 2. They moved up. Boise State being number 3. And no, I'm sorry. Boise State, Boise State being number 3, and also Arizona State being the 4th team in the final field of 12. So there you go. There you have it. You have your core 4, which is Oregon. Hold on, I'm sorry. Which was Oregon, Georgia State, and my bad. Which was, you basically had Oregon, Georgia. I said Georgia State. What the hell am I thinking? Oregon, Georgia, Boise State, and Arizona State, which are the 4 teams. Now, we got all this stuff out the way. So, come December, they start December 20th, right? So, they're first round bye teams. So, these teams are automatically qualifiers for the quarterfinals. They get a first round bye. So, that's number 1. So now we got that part out the way. Let's go ahead and let's get into the matchups that they have already. They're starting on December 20th and December 21st. So the first game being on Friday, December 20th. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna pull the screen back up, and then I'm gonna get into the to these games. So of course we got the first one, which was no. Let's go ahead and go to this one first, right? Let's go ahead and go down the list. Yeah, of course you got the worst of the worst, which is the lower seed. Clemson playing the high seed, which is Texas. Now, that Clemson Texas game, that's gonna be an interesting game. They play that game in Austin, so that game is getting played in Austin on Friday. That's a home game for Texas on a Friday, starting. No, my bad. No, that's not the first game. Let me go back. Let's see, 12:20. That's it right there. Okay, on 12:20. Now I'll go to the first game. That's the first game that's going to on the schedule, which is Indiana and Notre Dame. That's going to be an interesting game. Now, even though it's a lower seed game, but that's the first game that's going to get played. I'm gonna go by the schedule on the as opposed to going to the rankings. So again, that game being played on Friday, December 20th at 8 p.m. in Notre Dame. Touchdown Jesus. Indiana. Actually, what's crazy about it, that's actually an in-state game, believe it or not. I didn't even think about that. I forgot that Notre Dame is relatively in South Bend, Indiana. So Indiana, that's like a bus ride. That's like that's like an Uber. Believe it or not, that's more like an Uber ride. From Indiana to Notre Dame, I don't know how far it is, but South Bend, Indiana, I don't know where Indiana Indiana Hoosiers is, but it's more like an Uber ride. So no plane, no train, no plane, no train, maybe a bus. Better yet, maybe a Lyft or an Uber. Just call them up. Hey man, let me get a ride somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So all the school go ahead and just go ahead and book them all Uber rides and everything. But they're probably gonna have buses and all that. So I forgot about the equipment too. But that's a ride down the street. So you got Notre Dame and Indiana playing on Friday, and that might be the easiest game of travel for that particular game. So Indiana and Notre Dame, that's gonna be an interesting game. Notre Dame being number 7. Actually, I was campaigning. Well, I wasn't necessarily campaigning, but I was saying Marcus Freeman was probably gonna lose his job after that terrible win. But anyway, I think Kellen DeBoer might lose his job, after they're losing Vanderbilt. But at any rate, Notre Dame and Indiana, that's the first game of the college football playoffs. Now, moving on, and also whoever wins that game, they will go and face Georgia in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. There's actually a primetime game. It's a primetime game, so that will be the first game. Now, on the moving on up to the college football playoff. Oh, I'm sorry. Moving on up to let me hit my internet real quick. Now, moving on up to that. Moving on up. We'll go to, let's see. Actually, this is the second game. So that's the first game, which is Notre Dame and Indiana, which they would be playing on December 20th. Now, moving on up to the game, SMU, Penn State. SMU and Penn State, both of those guys are coming off losses. So SMU having to go to Penn State. In College Station, Happy Valley, right? Yeah, that's gonna be a game right there too within itself. So these teams are relatively they're evenly matched, believe it or not. That's gonna be a great game. Penn State, SMU losing last night. Penn State losing last night against Oregon. SMU losing last night to Clemson. So SMU almost came back. So SMU and Penn State, that might be a game of interest right there. I think this and this is gonna be very intriguing to see that game right there. So yeah, these two teams right here. I'm looking forward to the excitement. These guys, I think it's gonna be bigger than what we think it is. I mean, it's not gonna be a cakewalk for none of these guys. I get my predictions later, coming on up. But that game will be played on December 21st, which is on Saturday at 12 p.m. The atmosphere is there. They're gonna have their energy coming for them, and I get my prediction later on. Now, moving on up to the other game, like I said, I'm going by schedule too. So the second game, which is on Saturday, December 21st at 4 p.m., Clemson and Texas. Clemson looks like they evenly matched. Oh, they got a defense too. In Texas, Quinn Ewers, Archie Manning, Kate Klubnik. He might go club in that game. Who knows? But that's going to be an interesting game. With Steve Sarkisian and Dabo Swinney, which are basically, they have an Alabama relationship. Dabo Swinney, I think he played in the first SEC championship game that was ever played. And Sark coming from Alabama, learning and studying up under Nick Saban. So, you know, a little Alabama connection there. So you do got some Alabama up in here. The crazy part is you got Alabama all up in the college football playoffs. Have a relation to the Nick Saban coaching tree or just school within itself. So Alabama, y'all still represent, but you're just going to be representing playing. But at any rate, that game is at 12/21, December 21st at 4 p.m. I'm gonna get my prediction on that later. Now, here's my deal right. This is the game right here. Now, I like these matchups. Notre Dame, Indiana, a little evenly matched. SMU, Penn State, you know, on Clemson and Texas. Here's the most interesting game right here. Now, I think Tennessee, Ohio State, this may be, I'm not gonna lie. These games, right, with Tennessee and Ohio State, these games look like, these are really playoff games, believe it or not. I like these games. I really like them. Like, instead of them being like a bowl game, these like, instead of these games being a bowl game, these games are actually going to be pretty good. I do like these games. I like them. I like these games right here. These are going to be some good games that are going to get played. With the Tennessee and Ohio State game, Tennessee number 8, Ohio State number 9, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go back to it real quick. Yeah, Tennessee number 8, Ohio number 9. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I'm out. Ohio number 8, Tennessee number 9. Oh, I can't read. Yeah, Tennessee number 9, Ohio State number 8. That matchup right there is a very interesting matchup. I like that game. Like I said, these teams are evenly matched. I seen all of them play. I seen, you know, Texas be a little having Arch Manning back there doing a little scrambling, Cade Klubnik doing a little scrambling, having a defense. So, like I said, these are some well matched up games that I'm liking right here. So, moving on, let me go ahead and give us some predictions real quick. Now, let's start with the first game. Whoever plays that game, whoever wins at Indiana and Notre Dame game, they play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Georgia, they have a history of playing, no, not necessarily, but Georgia Tech, they have a history of playing Notre Dame. I think the last time they played Notre Dame, they played Georgia pretty good too. Actually, matter of fact, what's crazy about it, here's the fun fact right here. Actually, Georgia Tech has played Notre Dame in a national championship game. And Georgia wound up winning. Of course, the last time I think they had them was when they played for the national championship, they had Herschel Walker, which was the Heisman Trophy winner. And I think it was in the Sugar Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. So this could like be a 40-year-old rematch of Georgia and Notre Dame. And whoever wins that Notre Dame, the Notre Dame Indiana game, they're gonna play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. So just my pick, I think Notre Dame wins this game. I think Notre Dame wins this game. Indiana, like I said, they'll Uber ride down the street from Notre Dame. And I actually like Notre Dame winning this game. They play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. So that's my prediction right there. Let me go ahead and get back to the regular scheduled program. Now, SMU and Penn State. Whoever wins this game, I like they play Boise State. So I do like with SMU and Penn State. I like Penn State over SMU. Yeah, I do like that. That's my my prediction. I do like Penn State over SMU playing in that game. So, you know, I think James Franklin will get another. He has another crack at it. So Drew Allar, they'll be playing Boise State. I like Penn State winning that game. They'll be playing Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl. And that game, oh yeah, my bad. Let me go back down. Actually, the Sugar Bowl, which will be brought to you by All-State. So it'll be All-State Sugar Bowl. And also the Fiesta Bowl, which is brought to you by, sponsored by Verbo. So I like Penn State beating SMU. They'll be playing in the Fiesta Bowl presented by Verbo. So that's my prediction on that playoff game right there. Now, this is a very interesting matchup right here. Now, let me go ahead and go to this matchup right here. But like I said, actually, let me go back up to this one. I'm going by timelines and, times of these games. Now, the Clemson and Texas game, I do like Clemson beating Texas in this game. I think Clemson has a better I think Clemson has more of a consistent offense, and also Clemson, they got a defense too. So the thing is that Clemson is basically I think they're gonna beat Texas in this game. I like Texas. I like Clemson beating Texas in that game, and they will go on to play the Fiesta Bowl, which is relatively presented by. They're playing the Fiesta Bowl presented by. No, my bad. In the Chick-fil-A Bowl, presented by Chick-fil-A. My bad. So whoever wins that game, they will go on to play in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. I think Clemson beats Texas in that game. Clemson, they're gonna be coming ready to play. They got a defense too, and K. Klubnik, he's like an Archie Manning, Quinn Ewers in the one. So I do like Clemson winning that game in Texas. Now moving on up. Now I think this will probably be the most exciting game right here, which is Ohio State and Tennessee. Actually, I think Ohio State. I like Tennessee with Dylan Sampson and the defense that they got. I like, man. I actually like, man. You know what? This is gonna be a toss-up. This is gonna be, you know what? And whoever win that game is going to go on and they're gonna play Oregon. They were going to play Oregon. Hold on a second. Yeah, they were going to play Oregon in the Rose Bowl presented by Prudential. I don't know. Ooh, believe it or not, y'all, I don't know who can win that game because Tennessee, they got a defense and they're gonna come play. Tennessee is pretty good. Ohio State is pretty good. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. You run the ball, whatever team runs the ball the most is probably gonna win that game. I think Tennessee may take Ohio State. That's just my opinion. I mean, even though Ohio State, they got a pretty good offense and defense on both sides of the ball, I just don't think Ryan Day would get the job done. That might be. I think Tennessee may win on the road for that one, and then they will go on to play Oregon in the Rose Bowl. Now, don't get me wrong. If Ohio State wins, they have another crack at Oregon. They will have another crack at Oregon. Listen, no matter who wins that game, whoever goes to that game, to the Rose Bowl, oh yeah. Just in my opinion, that might be the biggest game of the night right there. Let's see, extreme what? In 2 weeks. I'm gonna come back on in 2 weeks. I don't think I'm gonna do a show next Saturday. If I do one, I'm just gonna talk about, maybe the Army Navy game. Probably get some. I may have a guest on. I was supposed to have a guest on today, but he has some family arrangements that had went on. But I do like Oregon. I do like. I don't know who win that game. I think Tennessee could possibly win that game. That's gonna be a toss-up right there. That might be the best game of the playoff right there. These are relatively going. I mean, these are good games that are coming on, but that Tennessee Ohio State game. Ooh, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I like Tennessee. Yeah, I like Tennessee winning that game. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on out there. I like a Tennessee winning that game. I got to make a decision. If I was to make a decision, yeah, Tennessee going to the Rose Bowl. Yeah, Tennessee in the Rose Bowl. I like that matchup right there. That's just my prediction. And like I said, I could be wrong. Now, moving on. Now, let's go ahead and go to the quarterfinals, right? So this is the quarterfinals right here. So with the quarterfinals, with Arizona State, they play Arizona State. So this first round, whoever wins between Clemson and Texas, they'll play Arizona in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. Tennessee, Ohio State, Rose Bowl. They play Oregon in the Rose Bowl. SMU, Penn State, they will be playing Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl. And also, Notre Dame, Georgia. Notre Dame, Indiana, they'll be playing Georgia in the All-State Sugar Bowl. So moving on, let's go ahead and go to the quarterfinals. So whoever plays them, again, I had already said that once before. So I'm gonna stop right there. I'm not gonna even say who's gonna win what game, but those are gonna be the game. That's the quarterfinal matchup. You got semifinals, things of that nature. But Those are the this is what I think would who wound up in the quarterfinals. Again, Clemson being Texas, Tennessee being being Ohio State, playing Oregon. Also, Penn State would be playing Boise. Notre Dame playing Georgia. So this one I'm at with that right there. So, needless to say, again, the field of 12 has relatively been filled out. Alabama out, Miami out. So basically, Georgia with the first round bye, they really need the first round bye to give these players a chance to heal. They won't play until what, the 21st? No, actually they won't play until New Year's Day. So you talking about hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on for just a second. Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. I had someone was texting me. I had some things to do today, but someone was texting me. I just had to answer that text real quick. But I'm back. So this the field as well. I'm quite sure everybody knows about it now. I mean, you heard the you heard the commentaries. You heard the all of the predictions. Wade, is it Wade? What was that dude's name? The president of the committee. I think he's the athletic director of Michigan as well. I think it's Wade something. I forgot his last name. But there was a lot of discussions over who's gonna make it in, who's gonna make it out. Look, listen, check this out. There's no perfect system in this whole thing. Okay, let's be honest. Listen. If it was to be if we was to ever go to a 14 playoff system, a 16 playoff system, guess what? Number 17 gonna be crying, number 18 gonna be crying, number 19 gonna be crying, number 20 gonna be crying. So again, they went to a 12-team playoff. Of course, Alabama was crying. Hey, listen. The thing is, I think that's why. It was Bobby Bowden quoted saying, and Bobby Bowden, rest his soul, Bobby Bowden. He said, it's best for you to lose, do not lose in November. November says everything. I'm telling y'all right now. Listen, even though Georgia lost to Alabama, they lost to Ole Miss. Okay? I think that Georgia lost to Ole Miss in, they lost to Ole Miss in, when did Georgia lose to Ole Miss? Georgia lost to Ole Miss in November, but they made up for it with the Georgia Tech game, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go to my thingy real quick, y'all. Georgia, let's see. Hold on. Let me look at the scores real quick. Scores. Georgia lost to... I ain't even had this thing up neither. Damn. I don't know what this game was. When was this game? Damn, I don't know when this game was neither. Georgia lost to Ole Miss in, oh my God. I don't know, y'all. I think they lost to Ole Miss early in November or late October. I think Georgia lost to Ole Miss in early November, but they almost cost it Georgia though. So Georgia did lose to Ole Miss, I think maybe at the end of October. I think early November, if I'm not mistaken. But that almost costed Georgia. Matter of fact, 2 games almost costed Georgia, losing in with Georgia Tech and Ole Miss. But Ole Miss, again, Ole Miss lost against Florida in November. Like you said, don't lose in November. But that almost costed Georgia the playoff spots. With Georgia Tech losing, and by them losing almost to Georgia Tech, cost them a playoff spot, and they beat Texas yesterday. So the whole thing is, Georgia, they lost, almost costing them. Again, teams out here losing against teams in November. Look, Alabama losing to Oklahoma, messed them up. Ole Miss losing to Florida, messed them up. You got a couple teams out here who lost in November. I think BYU lost games. So with these teams out here losing at the end, and everybody's paying attention to a playoff picture, you don't want to lose in the home stretch. I would say this right here. It would be best for you to lose in September. I would say this right here. the first 6 weeks of college football season, it's best for you to lose the first 6 weeks of college football season. If you're gonna lose between September and the second week in October. October all the way up to through November, you better win out. So what you need to do, if you're gonna lose a game, now I'm not saying you want to win every game, you really do. But if you was to take a loss on anything, listen. When you lose, two things are gonna hurt. Two things are gonna happen in football. You're gonna lose, you're gonna get hurt. You can count on this thing, it's counting right there. It ain't the player out there that's on the football team right now. It ain't the player right now. Players out there right now. Every football team is dealing with the injury, they're dealing with the loss. Now, even though Oregon is undefeated, guess what? They're dealing with injury. So you're gonna be dealing with one or the other, or you're gonna be dealing with both. So injuries and losses, you better be, and they goes for NFL too. What? NFL, high school, college, Pop Warner, youth football, losses and injuries you're gonna be dealing with. So the whole thing is that it'd be best for you to lose early if there was ever a choice. Lose or get hurt early. Not saying you should get hurt or anything like that. If you make it through the season, congratulations, but it's a violent sport, it's a full contact sport. So losses and injuries, you better take them early in the season, than late in the season, because they can cost you. Georgia, now speaking on injuries and losses, now Georgia got losses. Now dealing with injuries, with Carson Beck injury, it's up in the air. Don't nobody know who's gonna play. Gunnar Stockton, he showed up yesterday. He showed out a little bit. He saved the day a little bit. But I think it's going to come down to Carson Beck. Not to say they're going to have a tough time. They get a first round bye. So that does give Carson Beck enough time to heal. It's the 7th, so they don't play until January 1st. So we'll see what goes on. I think Gunnar Stockton is going to get most of the snaps. I think Carson Beck is going to take some time to heal. To heal that elbow. Matter of fact, it was so bad. He couldn't grip a football. That's how bad it was. So he had to ice it down. So I think with therapies and the treatments and things of that nature, he's gonna try to get that arm back as quickly as possible. But if he isn't healed at that particular time, I think Georgia's defense is gonna show up. So they're gonna be sitting down look, Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, he runs a touchdown. Notre Dame has a running game, and Lincoln Riley, trust me, that defense of Georgia, they're gonna shut all that down. So they're gonna make him pass the ball. Now, the offense that Georgia got, Notre Dame, Georgia's way too big for Notre Dame. I think that, like I said, Georgia dealing with the injuries. I don't think anybody on the, Ashton Genty, dude might win the Heisman next week. But I do like the fact that Georgia, all these teams out here, they won the games yesterday. They got 2 weeks to play. Some people got 2 weeks, some people got 3 weeks. So, a lot of people coming back from injury. Georgia should get a lot of people back. Branson Robinson, Trevor Etienne or Travis Etienne. I think it's one of the Etienne brothers. He did pretty good yesterday. Got 2 touchdowns. So, he getting back healthy, he getting back strong. Branson Robinson, he should be back. We should get back a lot of our running backs. Cash Jones, he up in there. He playing hard as ever. So a lot of people coming back from injury. Hopefully they don't heal. So they sit home for about a week or two and get back to it. Matter of fact, I think they're gonna start practicing. Not next week, maybe next week after. Yeah, the practicing is gonna start back up. So they gotta get ready for these games. But anyway, that's enough for the college show. For the college portion of it, I just had to get that out there because they made the final day. Now let's go ahead and get to the NFL scores, right? So the NFL, it's a very interesting day in the NFL. Of course, these games are going on. LA and the Rams look like they're getting ready to score again. Probably on Buffalo 34. Chicago, San Fran, they handle the business out there. They handle the business out there in California with Chicago and everything. But I'm gonna go ahead and get through these scores real quick. The Bengals and the Bengals and the Cowboys. No, my bad. The Chargers and the Chiefs playing tonight. I get that prediction in a second. Bengals and Cowboys, they play tomorrow night. Now, also, teams that are on the bye, you see these teams right here. You got the Ravens, the Texans, the Patriots, the Broncos, and also the Colts. the Colts, and also the Commanders. So they're all on bye weeks. I won't get to those games. Those are 3 games right there. They have been taking off, I guess, the roster for the games. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into these scores and things of that nature, and situations, and predicaments, and all that good stuff. Of course, you already know what happened Thursday night. Division game again. Detroit Lions, the most dangerous team in football. I don't care how you do it. Dan Campbell, I'm telling you right now. Here's my deal with Dan Campbell, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. If we was to ever walk into a casino and there was a crap table, poker table, space table, whatever kind of table, roulette table, whatever kind of table, a blackjack table, whatever table they had in the casino, it's 2 people I wouldn't bet on. 2 of them. I'll put my money. It's 2 people I wouldn't bet against. But two people I put my money on is Donald Trump, whoever thought he was gonna win again, and Dan Campbell. If they were at the poker table, blackjack table, crap table, roulette, spades, whatever, even at the slot machine, if they was to ever be at one of them tables or machines or whatever it is, trust me, I would not bet against them. Dan Campbell, dude's risky. It's look, them 4th-down plays he gambled on, I'm telling y'all right now, Detroit is too scared right now. Dan Campbell is probably the only head coach in all of football, I would say the NFL, I would not want to see him on 4th down if I'm on defense. If I'm a coach and I'm coaching the football league, and that's the football league, Dan Campbell will go for it on 4th and 100. But anyway, let me go ahead and get back to these scores real quick. But the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers, a division game, very exciting game too. Man, it came all the way down to the wire. And actually, Detroit pulled that thing on out, 12-1, 6-1 at home. Now, Green Bay 31, Detroit 34. Green Bay, Jordan Love, 260 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Josh Jacobs, guess what? 66 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Tucker Kraft, 1 touchdown. Christian Watson, 114 yards receiving, no touchdowns, and only 1 sack. Detroit, Jared Goff, 283 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. David Montgomery, that 2-headed monster, and Jahmyr Gibbs, 53-41, 94 yards rushing, but David Montgomery with a touchdown. Tim Patrick, 43 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Jameson Williams, 80 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. And Detroit only 1 sack. Congrats to the Lions. Y'all got their energy. I think Green Bay got the Seahawks next, and Detroit with I think Detroit played Buffalo next. Yeah, they got Buffalo next. Yeah, Detroit with Buffalo next. Woo, hey, that's gonna be a good one right there. Now that's gonna be a game. That's gonna be a game right there. Congrats to the Lions, man. Y'all got the energy, but was with the Seahawks next, and for Green Bay, and also the Buffalo Bills. And they gotta go to the Buffalo Bills gotta go to Detroit. Yo, they gotta play in the Motor City. But congrats to the Lions. Y'all got the energy. The Jets and the Dolphins. Man, hey, they came up in that bad boy. Actually, they game went into overtime too. The Jets 26, the Dolphins 32. And actually, another divisional game, and they went into overtime, believe it or not. And the Jets 26, Dolphins 32, like I said once before. Aaron Rodgers for the Jets, 339 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Isaiah Davis, 40 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. My bad. I think 339 yards passing for Aaron Rodgers, if I misspoke. Guess what? Garrett Wilson, 114 yards receiving, no touchdowns. But guess what? Devontae Adams, 109 yards receiving and 1 touchdown. So that Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams combination, it seems to be coming together. They're gelling right now. But the Miami Dolphins, way too much for them boys. Hey, guess what? Tua Tagovailoa, 331 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Devon Achane, 24 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I actually had an extra light on. No one, I felt like kind of getting weird in here. But David Archan with the rushing touchdown. Actually, the game went into this game went into overtime. But Tyreek Hill, 116 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 1 touchdown. And Miami with 3 sacks. Congratulations to the Dolphins. Y'all got the energy. I think these games are over with. The overtime game. Oh yeah, Miami, they go to overtime and they also went on a game-winning drive. New York Jets, they got the Jaguars next. That's gonna be an interesting matchup. Who wins that game? And Miami with the Texans next. And they got to go to Houston to play that game. But congrats to the Dolphins. Y'all got the energy. Oh, God. Here we go. Them Falcons. Dirk Cousins. He keep proving himself every week. Dirk Cousins. The Falcons, 21. The Minnesota Vikings, 42. Oh, my God. Dirk Cousins. The interceptions continue. 334 yards passing. No touchdowns. 2 interceptions. Man. Bijan Robinson, a touchdown, 92 yards rushing. Tyler Algier, 63 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. I'm sounding so down right now, right? But this was crazy. The Falcons were 4 sacks. So defense showed up today. Well, no, they didn't, because old boy missed that down. He blowed the coverage on the damn route, his stupid self. But yeah, for the Falcons, and Ray McLeod, he fumbled too. Yeah, I think Ray McLeod, he fumbled the ball. So yeah, that's crazy right there. The Falcons 21, Minnesota Vikings. Let's go and get to the Minnesota Vikings. And during the homecoming for Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold with 347 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. Woo! Oh boy, right up. Aaron Jones, 73 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Guess what? Jordan Addison, 133 yards receiving. Woo! 3 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, 132 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Man, hey, listen, Sam Darnold racked up today. Justin Jefferson racked up today. Jordan Addison racked up today. And guess what? They only got 1 sack. They really didn't need it, because guess what? They didn't need no sack, because Kirk Cousins, he kept throwing the ball to him. Instead of him getting sacked, hey, man, y'all want the ball? Here we go. Hey, look. Don't stack me on this down right here. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm gonna go ahead and hook it on up for you. I'm going to go ahead and throw you the ball. So, Kirk Cousins, you are officially Dirk Cousins again. Quote unquote, boy, you ain't shit. That's what you say back in the day. Hey, that's it right now. Boy, you ain't shit. So, yeah, Kirk Cousins, yeah, you're officially Dirk Cousins. Like, you really are. I mean, oh, God. How much? They gave him, what, $180 million? $100 million guaranteed? To throw interceptions. And guess what? We thought we had the division locked up. We still got the Commanders. They may beat us. The Raiders may beat us. Hey, the Panthers may beat us. Hey, the Giants may beat us. Who knows? But at any rate, man, listen. Boy, you ain't shit. Dirk Cousins, boy, you it, man. You got to go. But, hey, it's the last month of the season. Everybody said it was time to bench Kirk Cousins. Well, during the first 6-7 games, they was doing all right. They were first place in the division. You know what, though? What's the point of benching him now? We don't make a playoff. Well, we can't make a playoff run, but why bench him when you put in Penix? He really ain't ready yet, but you put him in, what you gonna get in? So and the thing with Michael Penix, he definitely gonna make some rookie mistakes. I don't care what nobody say. So Penix is done. I mean, not in the bad way. It's just he ain't ready yet. So you gotta see what you got right now. But I don't know, man. I don't know if we can win another game this year. I really don't think. But at any rate, congratulations to the Minnesota Vikings. Y'all got the energy. And guess what? We got the Raiders next. Who knows? Yeah, the Raiders next. And Minnesota, with that win today, they still on Detroit's heels. But and guess what? They got the Bears next, man. They got the Bears next on Monday night. So who knows? Well, you know what? Chicago might come out and win that game, though. Why y'all tripping, though? Because they almost no, that was a Green Bay Chicago game. I forgot. Yeah. So they got the Bears next. So congrats to the Vikings. Y'all got the energy. Not so good of a homecoming for Kirk Cousins. You know, I bet you Minnesota right now saying, "Hey, Atlanta, thank you." New Orleans, 14. The Giants, 11. Like I said again, I don't know who to trust. hey, the Giants, man, they may wind up beating us. Who knows, man? But anyway, Derek Carr, 219 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Kendre Miller, 32 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Alvin Kamara, 44 yards rushing, no touchdown. Juwan Johnson, 1 touchdown. And those Saints got over 50 yards. No, I'm gonna say 51 yards in this contest. Very low scoring game, mostly like a baseball game or high scoring baseball game. The Saints with 2 sacks. Giants 11. Drew Lock, 227 yards passing, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Tyrone Tracy Jr., 45 yards rushing, then 1 touchdown. And that was pretty much the only score. I don't think they got a safety or whatever. But at any rate, the Giants lose. Saints, y'all got the victory. Saints, hey, they've been on the roll lately. No, they have been on the roll. But they got the Commanders next, though. So this is going to be pretty interesting with the Saints playing the Commanders. In New York, they got the Ravens next. So, woo, that's a tough one right there. You lost this one right here, and you're going to go on to another one. But congrats to the Saints. Y'all got the energy. Moving on to the Eagles and the Panthers, and Eagles rather. Yeah, which is up in Lincoln Field in Philadelphia. I'm sorry. No, my bad. No, I was right. What I'm doing, my mind just gone today. But the Panthers, Bryce Young, coming into this year, he played today, 191 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Chuba Hubbard, 92 yards rushing, 1 touchdown, and also Tony Trimble, 1 touchdown reception. But guess what? Adam Thielen, 102 yards receiving, no touchdowns, and Carolina with 4 sacks today. So they penetrated that line, but guess what? Carolina, had they kept Mingo, they would have just they could have won. They just had Jonathan Mingo. Why they trading away? I don't know why. Jalen Hurts, okay, 180 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Guess what? Saquon Barkley showing up again, 124 yards rushing. He get no touchdowns, but guess what? Oh boy got that rushing yards. He might be breaking the NFL record this year too, if I'm not mistaken. Jalen Hurts also with the rushing touchdown as well, 59 yards rushing. Devontae Smith, 1 touchdown. Calcaterra, 1 touchdown as well. And Philly only with 1 sack. So congrats to the Eagles. Fly Eagles fly. They up there flying high right now. Carolina, they got the Cowboys next. Oh my God, and the Cowboys got to come to town to play them boys too. Philly, on the other hand, they got the Steelers next. So, oh man, it's gonna be a good one. The Eagles and the Steelers playing next. Woo! Speaking of the Phillies, speaking of the Eagles and the oh my God, they got to play. Ooh, the Steelers gonna come to town too. Again, another Uber ride down the street from the Eagles. Like I said, just a bus ride. You need to catch no plane. I think it's Philly on the east, Pennsylvania. No, is it Philly on the east? No. Is it Philly in the west, Pennsylvania on the east? Yeah, I think it's a quote like that. I think it's Philly on the west, Pittsburgh in the east, if I'm not mistaken. And Alabama in the middle. This is what they call it. But anyway, Eagles and Pittsburgh, Eagles and Steelers play next. There's an in-state rival. Man, it's like a college game, right? That's a pretext to the Notre game and Indiana game, right? Like I said, that's an Uber ride down the street. Go to catch your little Uber and put all the equipment on a little pickup truck. But moving on, the Steelers and the Browns, another division game, which was a good game today. And Steelers, they coming on up, man. Them boys the Steelers are on a hot streak right now. I like the Steelers. I think the Steelers are the most dangerous team in the NFL right now. They got a defense and they got an offense. They can play you too. But again, Jameis Winston, the Heisman Trophy winner in interceptions in the NFL. Yeah, Jameis Winston. Well, let me get to the score. Cleveland, the Browns 14, Steelers 27. Jameis Winston, 2 interceptions, 212 yards passing, and 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Guess what? Nick Chubb, 48 yards, no touchdowns. But well, guess what? Jerry Jeudy, a touchdown. David Njoku, a touchdown. And which is what all they got today. And guess what? They only got 1 sack today. Typically, Cleveland, they're pretty good at sacking people. And even though they got rid of what's the dude's name who they got rid of? Just something Norris. I forgot who they traded. No, Zadarius. Yeah, Zadarius White. Yeah, I think they got rid of him. Traded him to Detroit. He's up in Detroit. He playing lights out. But you know, Cleveland known for having a good adequate defense, but couldn't do a thing. Russell Wilson, 150 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Najee Harris, 53 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, 48 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Van Jefferson, 1 touchdown as well. And also Steelers, 3 sacks today. Of course, you know, Steelers came through, and them boys out there playing lights out. And I think congrats to the Steelers. Y'all got the energy. Cleveland, oh my God, they got the Chiefs next. Believe it or not, they may wind up beating the Chiefs. That's what's crazy about it. So this is a weird time of the year. Everybody start losing them crazy games and everything. You see teams who they gonna beat, who they ain't gonna beat, but they gonna beat. Just I thought the Falcons will beat the Vikings today. Well, I lied. They lied. But again, the Steelers, they got the Eagles next. Congrats to the Steelers. Y'all got the energy. Moving on up, the Raiders and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, they on Atlanta's ass about that division, and they catching on up to them. So yeah, the Raiders 13, the Buccaneers 28. Aiden O'Connell, 104 yards passing, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Desmond Ritter, you know, the NFL's Diddy, no Riddler, right? No Ritter, no Riddler. No, the Riddler, no Riddy, right? 100 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interception. Aiden O'Connell with the rushing touchdown, 6 yards rushing. Sincere McCormick, 78 yards rushing. And guess what? Michael Mayer, Jacoby Meyers, you know, both with no touchdown, but 68 yards receiving, 67 yards receiving. And the Raiders were 4 sacks today, so they did get to Baker Mayfield, so they got past that line. Now, Tampa Bay 28, Baker Mayfield, check this out. 295 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rashard White, 90 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. And guess what? Jalen McMillan, 59 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Rashard White, 1 touchdown. And 28, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers, y'all got the energy with 2 sacks today. So the Raiders, I think the Raiders with Atlanta. I think Atlanta got the Raiders got the Falcons next on the Monday Night Football game, and they play in Atlanta. So yeah, Atlanta. No. Actually, Atlanta got to go out to Vegas. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good though. You know, hit the strip, do some little gambling. You know, go to the casino, do some gambling. Now the Buccaneers with the Chargers next. With next week, I do. And I'm gonna get into the prediction real quick too. I think the game is over, y'all. No, it's actually 124 left with the Bills. I'll get in that game in a minute. But Buccaneers, y'all got the energy. They probably gonna come back and win that division. Who knows? Now, Tennessee, Jacksonville, man, a baseball game. Now this is like a real good baseball game. You know, it look like people like homers all over the place. But anyway, division game, Jaguars 10, the Titans 6. Jaguars came through a very heavy defensive game too. So not much to score in there. You know, with the Jaguars, Mac Jones, 220 yards passing, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. Tank Bigsby, 55 yards rushing, 1 touchdown, and which was basically the only touchdown of the game within itself. 2 sacks from Jacksonville with 2 sacks. Also, Tennessee, no touchdowns, just 2 field goals. Will Levis, 160 yards passing, no touchdowns, 1 interception. But guess what? Tony Pollard, 102 yards rushing, but no touchdowns. So no touchdowns from no one. But Jaguars. So congrats to the Jaguars. Y'all got the energy. Jaguars, they got the Jets next. I think I said it earlier. The Titans. Oh, I'm sorry. The Titans with the Bengals next. That should be pretty interesting. With the Tigers, with the Titans and the Bengals, teams with 2 losing records, and So Jaguars, y'all got the energy. Old Dougie P still out there trying to handle some business and everything. Now on to the game. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Another division game. The Seahawks 30, Cardinals 18. They coming in, and actually, I think Seattle has a commanding lead in the actually the Seattle Seahawks, they have a commanding lead in the NFC West. Rams right behind, but Seattle, first place Seattle. This is battle for first place. Seattle's first place. Seattle 30, Arizona 18. Geno Smith from the Seahawks, 233 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Guess what? Zach Charbonnet, 134 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Oh man, boy, putting up everything. Jackson Smith, Njigba, 82 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. And Seattle winning the game. It was 2 sacks and winning the game 30-18. Now moving on to Arizona, Kyler Murray, 259 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But guess what though? James Conner, 90 yards rushing, no touchdowns. But James Conner and guess what? Michael Wilson, both with a touchdown from the Cardinals. And the Cardinals got no sacks, so congrats to the Seahawks. You guys definitely got the energy. The Seahawks with the Packers next. I said that earlier. Seahawks with the Packers next, and that's going to be very interesting right there. And oh man, that's going to be crazy. And the Cardinals with the Patriots next, coming up. So a little pretty interesting that I'm seeing right here. Now moving on up, 49ers on their goal rush. Man, 49ers coming out that loss on the Bills last week. And a much needed win that they really needed today. They did win the game. Chicago 13. Chicago 13. The Bears. No, Chicago 30. Yeah, Chicago with 13. I'm tripping. Yeah. Chicago 13. The Bears, I said the Bears. I'm sorry, the 49ers. I can't get that out. The 49ers 38. Caleb Williams, overall number one draft pick this year, 134 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. And Rome Odunze, two touchdowns. And Chicago makes an extra point, 1 sack today. But San Francisco, Brock Purdy, the dude playing like he's trying to get $289 million contract, right? But Brock Purdy, 325 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Isaac Guerrero, 78 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Patrick Taylor, 25 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Guess what? Juwan Jennings, 2 touchdowns. George Kittle, 151 yards receiving, no touchdowns, so really don't matter. San Francisco with 6 sacks today. Man, that 2 Chicago ass up, man. But congrats to the 49ers. Y'all got the energy. Chicago, playing the Vikings next. Again, I said that earlier. The Vikings got Chicago next, and San Fran moving on up, and they got the Rams next. So another division game for the Rams, and another division game for the 49ers. So they could get some more separation within that division. Now moving on up, man. Now that was the last game. No. What game was this? Now Buffalo, they came back, man. 42-44. I'm gonna get that game real quick. Buffalo, they came back. It's a minute left on the clock. I don't know what. Hold on. And Buffalo, who got the ball? Does anybody have the ball? Oh my God, I think Buffalo getting ready to score, y'all. Hold on. Let me go back here, man. I'm tripping. Now, okay. Buffalo with the ball. I think it's a minute left. Josh Allen, 342 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Josh Allen, 3 touchdowns. Hold on. Josh Allen, it's like the Josh Allen show today. 82 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns passing, right? Khalil Shakir, 106 yards passing. 106 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Mac Hollins, one receiving touchdown. Ty Johnson, 1 receiving touchdown. And Buffalo got 42, but guess what though? And they got no sacks, so they ain't really getting no sacks. But guess what, man? They tearing each other up. And Buffalo do got the ball. Look, Matthew Stafford, 320 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. And this is what we got so far. So we don't know. There's still a minute left on the clock. Kyron Williams, 78 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Puka Nacua with a rushing touchdown as well. Also, Puka Nacua with the 162 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. So Puka Nacua with 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing and 1 receiving. Cooper Kupp, 92 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. And so Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, that show's going on. And also, actually, they got the ball back. So again, I don't know if y'all seen the change of position on my screen on the NFL game statistics information system. That's where I get all my scores and things of that nature from. But so LA getting the ball back. LA pretty much got it's 56 seconds left. LA more than likely gonna win this game. 56 seconds left. And Buffalo getting 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, believe it or not. So they got a lot of touchdowns. They got 3 touchdowns in the second half. I mean, in the fourth quarter by itself. So LA with the ball back, 2nd and 8 on the Buffalo 3. They seem to be marching down the field. They get another touchdown, or they get another first down for that matter. The Rams probably gonna wind up winning this game. So Buffalo may, you know, may take a loss on this one. We don't know yet. The game is still going on. But is it? Let me go ahead and get to the other games real quick though. But tonight, the Chargers and the Chiefs. Actually, believe it or not, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I think the Chargers win this game tonight. Now, the Chiefs win. They win. Fine. No problem. The Chiefs will win this game. Okay. The Chiefs win this game. It's not surprising. But the Chargers, they've been playing pretty good lately. Been playing lights out, but I actually like the Chargers. This is one of those division games. Even though the team is not as good, mediocre, subpar, whatever. But no, Chargers is making a come up. Atlanta, we had a chance to beat them last week. Dirk Cousins fucking it up as usual. But I do like, surprisingly, I like the Chargers win this game. Now, if they don't win, that's fine. You know, of course, you know the Chiefs won. You know, the Kansas City Chiefs, you know, Pat Mahomes, Isaiah Pacheco, Chris Jones, Xavier Worthy, DeAndre Hopkins. You know, I can see them, they can win this game. But I do like the Chargers winning this game, though. But at any rate, let me go ahead and go to the my other things real quick. Now, Buffalo playing, they got the Lions next. They got to go to Detroit and play that game. I said that earlier. Also, with the Rams, I think they got the 49ers next. Rams with the 49ers next. So, they got some tough games that are going to be coming up. And let me see. Let me go back real quick, see if this game's over with. 4th and 2 at the Buffalo 37. They kick a field goal. This game might be over. I'm not looking. It's only 52. Hold on, let me see here real quick. Yeah, at the Buffalo 37, will LA go for it? I don't know if LA gonna go for it or not. I'm gonna pull up everything. So I do like the Chargers beating the Chiefs tonight for some reason. I don't know why. It just looked like they're just gonna eke something out, right? But at any rate, I do like the Cowboys beating the Bengals. No, actually, it's the other way around. I like the Bengals beating the Cowboys. Yeah, the Bengals beating the Cowboys. I can see that happening with Cooper Rush. I think they win last week, but the Cowboys beating the Bengals. No. I like the Bengals beating the Cowboys tomorrow night. I think the Cowboys going to come out and ball tomorrow night. Let's see, 4th and 7 on the Buffalo 42. Somebody took a loss. Okay, it's 7 seconds left, y'all. So more than likely, the Buffalo Bills. More than likely, the Rams are probably going to wind up winning this game. It's 4th and 2. It's to the change of possession. No, LA still got the ball. So I'm looking right now. So more than likely, the Rams probably going to wind up winning this game. Buffalo getting their 3rd loss of the season. It's 7 seconds left. LA calls a timeout. 7 seconds left. I think that the only thing they got to do is hike the ball, throw it up in the air, and the game is over, okay? That's all they got to do. Maybe Buffalo come with the blitz, all-out blitz, get a fumble, strip sack for a touchdown, maybe a pick 6. That's the only way they win this game. That's the only way I could see them win this game. But I do, I'm trying to wait here for a second. But that's my prediction for the night. College football playoffs are coming up next week. I'm sorry, December 20th. They start December 20th on a Friday with Penn State and, hold on. I think is it Penn State SMU? That's the first game of the season? Hold on, let me see. My bad. Actually, with the Buffalo Bills. No, actually, that would be. Oh, hold on. My bad. Wrong one. Actually, yeah. That would be. Notre Dame, Indiana. Yeah, which would be the first game of the college football playoff season. So I did a little joint show tonight. I've been on here for like an hour. Actually, the final, the Rams have beaten the Bills again. The Rams coming up. The Rams they've been pretty consistent lately. So the Rams, Bills, like I said, Rams got the 49ers, Bills got the Lions next week. Congrats to hold on for a second, y'all. Had to sneeze to read. Now, the Rams just beating the Bills, so that hurts the Bills' playoff contention or what have you, even though they're the tiebreaker with Kansas City. But guess what? You got to go through Kansas City. Very interesting. But that's my show for tonight. Like I said, I'm going to be back on here next week. No college football game. Well, it's one college football game next week. More than likely, it's an Army-Navy game, which is next week. The traditional 125th meeting between those two. And also, we're talking about the Heisman and the other awards and things of that nature. I don't think the Saturday show is going to be as big as the shows that I've been having, like 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes to an hour. It'll be a quick stream next Saturday. Also, with the games that got coming up next Sunday. Some very interesting games that are going to be coming up next Sunday. Like I said, we winding down the NFL too. So, like I said, a lot of the things that are taking place. Like I said, the college football playoffs begin in 2 weeks. So that's my show for tonight, man. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy y'all game. Y'all got enough. Watch football night in America, or do whatever y'all need to do. Smoke your blunt, drink your beer. We'll get some gas for the car for the week, whatever. I don't know. Which read the Bible. Whatever y'all gonna do. But that's my show for tonight. I'm here with y'all.